Long ago, in a kingdom where the night skies sparkled brighter than diamonds, there was a legend of a mystical artifact, the Starry Crown. Forged from the dust of fallen stars, the crown was said to grant its wearer the power to control the heavens. But with such immense power came great danger, and to protect it, the crown was hidden deep within the Celestial Caverns, guarded by ancient enchantments. In this kingdom lived a spirited orphan named Leona. She worked as a stargazer's apprentice, charting the constellations each night from a crumbling observatory. Her life was simple, but she was content, finding solace in the stars. Yet, she often wondered about her parents, whose stories were shrouded in mystery. One evening, as Leona polished the old telescope, a celestial event shook the land. A meteor blazed across the sky, landing somewhere beyond the distant mountains. As the ground trembled, a faint voice echoed in her mind. "Leona," it whispered, "the crown calls to you." The hidden legacy. The next day, Leona's mentor, an elderly stargazer named Osric, revealed a shocking truth. "The Starry Crown is stirring," he said gravely, "and it seems your destiny is tied to it." "What do you mean?" Leona asked, her heart racing. Osric handed her a small pendant, a star-shaped charm that had belonged to her mother. "Your family was part of the Celestial Guardians, chosen to protect the crown, but they vanished when you were a child. The crown's awakening may hold the answer to their fate." Determined to uncover the truth, Leona embarked on a journey to the Celestial Caverns, armed with her wits, the pendant, and a map that Osric had kept hidden for years. After days of travel, Leona reached the entrance of the Celestial Caverns, a massive gateway carved with constellations. As she stepped inside, the air shimmered with starlight, and the walls pulsed with ancient energy. Her first trial was the labyrinth of shadows. The cavern twisted endlessly, and Leona's path was blocked by shadowy figures that mirrored her every move. The pendant glowed softly, guiding her to focus not on the figures, but on the light of the stars above. With each step, the shadows faded, and the labyrinth unraveled. The second trial led her to the Chamber of Silence, where no sound could be heard, not even her own breath. At its center was a puzzle of floating star fragments. The pendant's glow dimmed, forcing Leona to rely on her instincts and memory of the constellations she had charted. With careful precision, she pieced the fragments together, and the chamber's silence broke into a melody of celestial harmonies. At last, Leona reached the heart of the caverns. The Starry Crown floated in a beam of light, its jewels glowing like captured starlight. But as she approached, the shadows from the labyrinth reappeared, converging into a towering figure. "I am the shadow of the Starry Crown," the figure intoned. "Prove that you are worthy, or be consumed by the darkness." Leona clutched her pendant, its warmth steadying her resolve. "The stars shine brightest in the dark," she said, "and I will not falter." The shadow unleashed a torrent of darkness, but Leona stood firm, her pendant radiating light. She realized the shadow wasn't an enemy. It was the embodiment of doubt, feeding on her fears. With each step forward, she spoke aloud the truths she held dear, her love for the stars, her longing for answers, and her courage to face the unknown. The shadow began to waver, and with a final burst of light from her pendant, it dissolved. As Leona placed the pendant near the crown, it revealed a hidden memory. Her parents had been the last guardians, but they had sacrificed themselves to seal the crown's power when a corrupt king sought to misuse it. Their love and courage had been bound to the crown, and it had been waiting for someone with the same strength of heart to awaken it. The crown's light enveloped Leona, filling her with a sense of connection to the stars and her family. But instead of taking the crown, she whispered, "The power of the stars is not meant to be held, but to guide." With her touch, the crown dissolved into starlight, its magic returning to the heavens. The celestial caverns trembled, their enchantments fading, and Leona felt the weight of her parents' sacrifice lift. When Leona returned to the observatory, the night sky was more brilliant than ever, as if the stars themselves celebrated her triumph. She found peace, knowing that her parents' legacy lived on, not in the crown, but in her actions. From that day forward, Leona became a renowned stargazer and storyteller, sharing the tale of the Starry Crown. She reminded others that true strength lies not in power, but in the courage to face the darkness and the wisdom to let go of what is not ours to control. Moral of the story: true greatness is found in humility and courage. The brightest stars are those that guide, not dominate, and the most powerful legacies are those built on love and sacrifice.